How do corporations kill creativity? Well, if you ever worked in a 9-to-5 job, you know the answer. When a company is a young and new startup, there isn't a set of rules to follow. How do you run your company in the best way? You don't know. You can test all kinds of hypotheses and follow your intuitions, and anything is possible. Sky's the limit. Then the growing pain. There needs to be a set of predictable and repeatable processes in place so the company can create revenue streams and scale. Everyone in the company needs to know what to expect and who does what. Oh, we're so happy to have you on board as our new marketing manager, but in fact, your job is to answer emails. So many procedures are basically automation systems, and that sometimes include decision making. And that's a good thing because businesses absolutely need procedures in place in order to grow. And they're building up their competitive moat around the business as well. The irony, though, is that when everything is predictable and repeatable, that's what kills creativity. Because we put ourselves on autopilot and we go to work, we become a corporate robot for 8 hours before we can be ourselves again and until the next day. While companies automate, we kiss our autonomy goodbye. But companies need to keep innovating themselves because that ensures long-term competitiveness. And that's especially important in an ever-changing market and world. Remember when these companies are so cute and harmless? Aww! Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook were recently grilled by the US Congress because they are too big. They became huge conglomerates. Even they started small and nimble. But even these tech companies are not driving innovations anymore, and instead they try to buy up smaller startups. In a recent study conducted by Ogilvy Consulting, large corporations buy startups in order to acquire key technologies, rekindle innovation, bring products and services to market faster, and shake up the stale corporate culture. That's right, to shake things up a little, baby. But sadly, this may be the end of many startups that are being acquired, even though at the beginning they may have been promised with autonomy. Because how do you shake things up and influence the culture of a large organization if the large organization demands control? The same goes with the innovation lab. How does the innovation lab fuel the rest of the corporation with energy if the rest of the business units are not aligned with a common vision? So the innovation ends up exactly where it started, in a lab. There is silver lining though, because this is just an integration problem, and studies have shown that constraints are actually great for creativity. So what can large corporations do to fuel creativity and innovation into the organization? The first thing companies need to do is to have creative leaders in place as innovation stakeholders. They are the catalyst for change and they need to be empowered. The creative leaders serve a vital role of injecting creative thinking in their teams and making sure their teams work well with other teams in order to ensure tangible business outcome. It is so important to make sure the creative leaders are not sacrificed in internal politics because some people don't like to change. Oh, yeah, that sounds very easy. Second thing is the behavior that companies must incentivize is collaboration, not competition. If everyone working in a company can freely and safely collaborate with one another across departments, I guarantee you that creative sparks will fly. And silos? What silos? Failing to make innovation the internal DNA of the company? You know what happens to those. And they live happily ever after. Not.